As high achievers, we are driven for success. I mean, we thrive on challenges, and growth and innovation is in our DNA. But the truth is, very few of us actually are able to achieve generational success. Why is that? Hi, I'm Jacqueline, and welcome. We at Joyful Living Mindset are so excited that you're here because we believe that you can be wildly successful without compromising your happiness or peace of mind. And we're here to help you navigate that journey and create generational success. When it comes to generational success, there are actually 4 pillars. The first pillar is the wealth creation, right? This is the financial stability. This is where money, making money comes in, right? To build wealth and create financial stability and freedom for ourselves and our family, right? The second pillar is personal development, personal growth, working on ourselves. The third pillar is ensuring that our home is a sanctuary so that our personal life is just as successful as our professional life. Then the fourth pillar is our health and vitality, right? So I'm sure you can guess which pillar most of us tend to focus on predominantly, right? Absolutely. It's the first pillar, which is the wealth building and creating and making money and establishing financial stability and security. Because after all, that's basically our survival instincts, right? Most of us may have started with very little or have humble beginnings. And so it is kind of like a given that we have to strive in order to thrive, right? And do whatever we can to make money and put a roof over our heads and put meals on the table for ourselves and those we love, right? And the reason why a lot of us focus on this pillar so much, even well beyond the survival state of things, even when we do have a roof over our heads and food on the table and clothes to wear and all of the survival, the basic needs are met, we still focus on this. Why? Well, it's because of all the 4 pillars. This pillar is the one that is the most tangible. It can be measured tangibly, because when you look at wealth and financial security and stability and freedom, often the indicator is money, right? And you often look at, well, how much money is in our bank account, right? That's a clear, very tangible black and white indicator of how measuring of how successful we are in that area, right? Or we look at our material, our ability to put food on the table, ability to have a roof over our head, right? And look at our material possessions, like the cars that we drive, or the lifestyle that we live. They're all very tangible in it, so it's very easy for us to see our efforts and the outcome. And so because it's easy for us to make that correlation and measure our success, we tend to focus on that more and more and more. And it's also a tangible way for us to provide for those that we love, right? Whereas, for instance, like we are able to put food on the table so that our children and our family aren't starving and hungry or malnourished, right? We're able to buy nice clothes for them to wear so that they don't get made fun of at school by other kids, right? We're able to put a roof over all of our heads and to keep our loved ones safe. And we're able to buy ourselves or even our kids when they're of driving age a car so that they can get to and from where we need to be in a safe and smooth and quick manner. Having money also allows us to be able to send our children to the college that they want, so that they can get a higher education and a brighter future, right? So it's a very tangible way for us to measure our success, and also provide for our family and those that we love, and our children. The other three pillars, as I mentioned, the benefits and the outcome of it isn't as easily tangible as the wealth creating pillar, right? Not that they're not as important, they're just not as tangibly measured, or seen, or felt by others, or even ourselves, right? When you look at personal development, right, it has massive benefit and impact to not just ourselves, but everyone around us, those that we love, and everyone. I mean, arguably, you could even say that the personal development side is probably even more important than the wealth building side, because how many people do you know that they may not have much, right, but they are still so happy, and their family and their relationships are so healthy, and they're as happy as can be, and they have peace of mind, and they're able to live their life day in and day out with peace and love and happiness, which is really what all of us are striving for, right? But that involves really about personal development, about developing our character, our deepening our spirituality, and really so that we can be and show up as the best versions of ourselves, for not just, in our day-to-day life, but in our work, for our family, for those that we love, for our teams and everyone, and for the world even, right? The impact that we can make when we work on ourselves is just invaluable, and just can't be measured. And that's often also why a lot of people don't focus on that, because it is absolutely a lot of work, just like building a career, right? And making, being successful in your career. It's a lot of work as well, but you can see the payoff of it more easily and more tangibly than the personal development side of things, right? And then the ensuring that your home is a sanctuary. Now, this one is something that I myself did not know this for, I would say I was well into, probably by mid-30s was when I finally realized the importance of this, and how much it affects me, and also how much it changes my life and my family and surrounding. Because if you think about it, right, as high achievers, on any given day, you have so much that you're trying to achieve and do, right? You have so much on your plate, you carry so much on your shoulders. And if you come home, like after a long day of work, and if you come home and your home is not a sanctuary that you can look forward to, that you can rely on as a place for you to recharge and rejuvenate and seek refuge in, especially after a long and difficult day at work per se, right? Life becomes so hard, and it drains you mentally, emotionally, physically, and it wears on your physical health, your mental health, and everything, right? And over time, with that prolonged living in stress and not having a sanctuary to help relieve you of that stress and fill you back up and recharge you, rejuvenate you, you live with that prolonged stress, it's going to affect your health and vitality, which is the fourth pillar, right? And a lot of us also, we focus so much on the making of money, the building wealth, and having that financial security and stability, that we often just take our bodies Like this is, our bodies are temple, and we take that for granted. We're so busy, we're on the run. Sometimes, don't even mention that we don't have time to exercise. Like that's like an afterthought. But we're so busy that oftentimes we don't even have time to eat. So guess what we end up doing? We grab fast food, or we snack on chips or cookies or things that we know are not good for our body. It doesn't nourish our body, and it doesn't help us and sustain us, and so that we can perform at our best and sustain that level of performance. Right? And we take that for granted, being that when you were young and we have a lot of vitality, and we're like, oh, it's fine. I can do without sleep or without proper nourishment and a healthy diet or exercise and all of that. But prolonged, it gets harder and harder and harder, and it accumulates. And before you know it, like you're in just maybe your 30s, and you start to have like back pains or knee pains or migraines or high blood pressure and all of those things, right? High cholesterol and high blood pressure and all of those things. And over time, even as much as you want to continue to just like focus on your work and pour everything you've got in your work, but if you don't take care of your health and vitality in your body, it breaks down. And you can't do anything. Not only can't you work and continue to perform as you are in your professional life, but you can't even provide for the people that you love, which is why you work so hard to begin with, right? And the danger of this is that because the benefit of these three pillars and the impact of it is more intangible than the making money and building wealth side of it, the impact of it also goes unnoticed. And that's where the danger lies, because the more we let this go unnoticed, the more detriment of the impact it will have on not just our health, but our personal lives. And then also it's going to leak into our professional life as well. And so really generational success encompasses all four of these pillars, and we have to be able to juggle and maintain harmony between these four pillars in order to really show up as our best selves every single day in every situation and everywhere we go, whether that be at work or whether that be coming home or whether that be with our own selves and our bodies and our health. And so that's really, for me, when I look at high achievers like myself included, right? The challenge has been that. And believe me, for the majority of my life, probably up until the last decade or so, probably last 10 or 15 years or so before that, has all been about focusing on just the first pillar of making money and building my career and wealth and all of that. And it's taken me a long time and also a lot of money and a lot of time, effort, and energy to undo all of that damage in the last 10, 15 years, to really restructure my life and realign my life back so that I create harmony on all those four pillars and really pave the path forward to creating generational success and be able to model that to my son so that he knows what life and true success is really all about. It's more than just about making money and having a successful career. It's also about loving who you are, being the best and most healthy versions of yourself, and also prioritizing not just your health, but your family life and your home environment, and ensuring that that's a sanctuary for you to fall back on and recharge with at the end of every single day. So if you like this episode, make sure to tune into my next episode where I talk about the cost of greatness and the practices that you can start to embody and incorporate into your life to maintain the momentum of growth and support you in creating generational success as you progress on your journey of greatness. Until next time, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.